Adele, rumor has it. What a powerful voice there. Okay, we're streaming audio online live across the nation, www.onecast.in, numeral 1cast.in. On your radio sets in Mumbai City, 94.3 on the FM band. And only if you're not driving, statutory warning, if you're in the backseat of a chauffeur-driven car or the backseat of a radio taxi at home or at office without a radio set, we're streaming video live on facebook.com/radio1.mum. That's radio1.mum. on Facebook. Prakriti Poddar is here. We're talking about a peaceful march that's about to happen on the 23rd.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Hi, how are you doing?
Great, thank you. I would love to say good morning, but Mumbai is morning at the moment.
Yeah. Actually, that's very poignant that you would put it that way. It's morning, not a good morning. This peaceful march is happening on the 23rd. Would you give out timings, and would you give out the possible route and what you're hoping to achieve through it?
So we're actually starting at NCPA, walking from 5 to 7 all the way down to Chowpatty. We're seeking permissions currently for this, but our people have been mobilized, offices have been mobilized, NGOs have been mobilized, the Mahila Mandals have been mobilized. The idea is that we use the Queen's necklace because this is very, very apt for what we're trying to achieve.
Which would be?
And that is actually raising accountability, raising safety in our own communities and our own country. I think what we've done is we've forgotten that citizens of India have a duty to uphold the code of conduct. So it's very important for me when I look into my child's eyes to tell her that it's a safe place for her. And every single one of us, Tisha spearheaded this entire sort of agenda to take it forward. And we all joined hands so fast, bringing people in because we understand that it's an illusion, this safety that we have. It's an illusion. I can't send my child to school without thinking about it. I can't send her on the bus without thinking about it. I can't send her to the park without thinking about it. There is no place. I mean, people have these issues that are coming up in their homes. And as a mental health counselor as well, I realize that it is held and put down due to the shame that's caused to the family. But I'm urging everybody, and that's what this whole agenda is, come out, break the silence around these kind of issues, join hands, mobilize, because we don't need to sit comfortably in our homes anymore. We need to be there to make this change happen. And this change can only happen with the solidarity, the outlook of solidarity, where we're not stupid enough to go to believe in politics or to believe in religious agendas. This is really about us being safe as the humanity of a country that has been propagated as the oldest civilization. I urge you to kind of think about what that civilization is in our current day scenario.
Can people assemble outside the NCPA at 5 o'clock?
That's our intention. That's the permission that we're seeking. Yes, that's the exact place. 5 o'clock, right outside NCPA, to join this peaceful march.
So there's going to be no sloganeering, there's going to be no shouting, but can people bring placards if they wish?
You can bring anything that is visual. We don't expect to create havoc. That is not our style. We want this to be peaceful. We want this to be deep and meaningful. And this march is just the start because we are gunning for justice. And justice, of course, is only when there's rehabilitation. And as you know, Hrishi, there is no rehabilitation for somebody who's been wounded in this grave manner.
We're going to take Rod Stewart, Some Guys Have All the Luck, and come back in a couple of minutes with Prakriti Poddar talking about this peaceful march for Asifa. It's 9:13. I'm Hrishi K. Rod Stewart, Some Guys Have All the Luck. Prakriti Poddar is here. We're talking about Mumbai Cares for Asifa, a peaceful march at 5 p.m. on the 23rd. And you're requested to assemble outside the NCPA. And the idea is to walk down the Queen's Necklace, Marine Drive, up to Chowpatty in absolute silence, no sloganeering. You can bring placards if you wish, and please assemble in large numbers for this silent, peaceful protest. More conversation.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
So who are the people who have committed to join? Who are the societies or the NGOs who have committed to join? Tell us about that.
So we've actually gone out and spoken to the Mahila Mandals, and they are joining us. As the Chief Strategy Officer for the National Women's Parliament, we've joined hands with Tisha's cause because it's every single citizen's cause.
Let me just put a spanner in the works here. This is Tisha Gloucester she's talking about, who's one of the principal driving forces behind this peaceful march. Unfortunately, she's a pilot and she's on a flight right now, so she couldn't make it here. And Prakriti is one of the managing committee members and who are driving this particular initiative. So she's here as a spokesperson. So continue. The NWP.
Yeah, so the National Women's Parliament has about 18,000 members. And in Mumbai city, a lot of them will be coming out to join the march. I've actually managed to influence the Poddar group as well to shut down their office and to take buses of their employees to come out. And we really do appeal to all the offices out there, to all the corporate houses, that they should join us. They should shut their offices down at 4 o'clock to provide safety. I think is key, and if they actually showcase that by joining us, I think a huge difference can be made.
Now, just as a mental health counselor, as a psychologist, why do these barbaric men indulge in these acts, and is there really a solution?
I mean, the solution, as everybody puts it, is obviously education. We need to bring back morals, value kind of based education. We need to teach these children how to live in society. Apart from that, of course, I mean, one of the things I love to say, castrate these people at sight. I mean, the moment they are caught, the moment things come out in the limelight, castrate them. I mean, people have this happening in their homes. We've got mothers and who know that their husbands are doing this to their daughters and they don't come out and speak. Why? Because there's no accountability. We have no accountability for these people. If you take India as Mother India and the womb in which these people breed, I mean, this is the make in India that we're talking about, because we are making these people all the time. The reason we're making it is because of the lack of accountability. There is no justice served. There is no accountability. So if we take this to exponentially make sure that we do not ever allow these perpetrators to get away, I think that might bring about a change. When they realize there's nothing doing, that they will not get away with it, I think it'll stop them from doing it. But here they're protected, and it's unfortunate for us that we have to mobilize an entire event to ensure that people understand the graveness of this situation. That's not happening in Katwa, it's happening in our houses as well.
Mm-hmm. As far as the National Women's Parliament, the NWP, is concerned, and the Poddar Foundation, are you doing some gender sensitization workshops? What is the line of work, of social work that you're involved in?
So I do a lot of social work for the Poddar Foundation in particular. We talk to the whole concept is silence thorough. It's all about break the silence around mental health disharmonies. We take into schools, communities, Anganwadis, workshops which actually A, sensitize them to these issues, and B, actually teach them how to highlight or indicate when somebody has a mental health issue. So we teach them what mental health concerns are, what they look like, what are kind of the pointers that get highlighted, and what you should do with the people that you realize need help. Because it's a sickness. It's not visible, but it's an invisible sickness. And people interacting with you on an everyday basis can tell when you get sick. And to ask them to bring their people to a supporting platform is what Poddar Foundation really offers. In terms of the National Women's Parliament, we are a platform which brings all the NGOs, all the working bodies. We've actually become knowledge partners, or rather our knowledge partners are the Maharashtra State Women's Commission, or the Commission of Women. They're very, very motivated to support us. Amrita Fadnavis had come out, Pankaja Mundaji had come out. So it's a very, very strong body of women who believe in women's empowerment. So we're working on that. Mind Over Image Consulting, in fact, which is right next door to your office, just behind you, is our counseling center. So we have counseling, neurofeedback, clinical hypnotherapy, regression therapy, sound therapy. We do all kinds of healing work there. But as I said, the healing is very, very minimal for cases such as these.
Yeah. How can one get in touch with the foundation? Is there a website? Is there a Facebook page? And if one wants mental health counseling, how can one get in touch? Would you give out the coordinates, please?
Yeah, it's right next to Cafe Zoe. Most people know where Cafe Zoe is. So it's right, shares a wall with Cafe Zoe. We have a website page, a Facebook page, Twitter handles. We've got everything. We're there to reach out.
Yeah.
So
What is it called if you search on Facebook?
Foundation.
Okay.
Not .org, not .com. Just www.podar.foundation. That's the foundation page. Mind Over Image is www.mindoverimage.com.
Mindoverimage.com?
Image. Mind over image.
Okay, www.mindoverimage.com. What we're going to do is we're going to take some messages and then we build this city in rock and roll. So you're not going to hear us for about 7 minutes. I advise you, if you have any questions, if you have any comments on what we're talking about, I'm happy to read them out on air. It's 1 space your comment, space your name to 53650. 53650 is the in-studio SMS line. On Twitter as well as Facebook, you go to the search bar, you type HRISHIKAY. I will pop up. You could tweet out your comment or question along with your name or post in the timeline inbox on Facebook and facebook.com/radio1.mum. Our official page there. Again, drop a comment or question in the timeline or inbox. We're streaming audio live online across the nation, www.onecast.in, numeral 1cast.in, 94.3 on the FM band on your radio sets in Mumbai city only if you're not driving. Video now streaming on facebook.com/HRISHIKAY. Messages, some music, and back with Prakriti Poddar. We're at 9:25. I'm Hrishi K.
94.3 Radio 1.
Starship will build the city on rock and roll at 9:33 in the morning. She's managing trustee at the Poddar Foundation, amongst other things. And she's part of the managing committee of a peaceful, quiet march that's starting at 5 p.m. on April the 23rd outside the NCPA. And the idea is to just march in silence, in peace, right down the Queen's Necklace to Chowpatty to show Mumbai Cares for Asifa. More conversation with Prakriti Poddar.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Radio 1.
Why has it been so tough getting permissions?
It's been really tough. I think nobody really wants to take accountability of what might happen. And as you've mentioned very clearly, I mean, it is peaceful. There is nothing that's going to happen except for a show of solidarity and a search for justice and accountability. Nobody wants to take the call, Hrishi. It's very sad. Nobody wants to take a call on a good thing as well.
And I was just thinking that with so much being said about teaching young kids, tiny tots, good touch and bad touch, what can a child do when they're forcibly kidnapped or picked up and taken? There isn't that ain't the solution to this in this extraordinary circumstance. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't think the good touch, bad touch really applies to the age of children that are getting picked up. I mean, 8 months, 5 years old, 8 years old, 11 years old. It applies maybe to the 11-year-old, but it doesn't apply to younger people because they don't understand good touch, bad touch. I actually was talking to my daughter in the morning and saying, what do you think is a bad touch? And she said, oh yeah, Mom, I scraped my leg and it's really hurting me. And that for her is hurt. It's very difficult to explain that to them. I don't even want to build fear in them, which is what I need to do because it is a fearful situation. But I can't build fear in my child and hope that she's safer because she's not safer even with that fear. You can't do good touch, bad touch. Unfortunately, there is no way in which we can actually prevent this for our children. It's a helpless situation, and that is why this search, it's helpless. We're helpless unless the government kind of mobilizes this effort as well and catastrophizes the impact on the perpetrators. There is nothing that we can do.
So basically, a strong signal needs to be sent out. A punishment needs to be sent out, which is a strong message for people like this, who are barbaric, to teach them a lesson, to teach other barbarians the lesson that they cannot do this to children. Yeah. Isn't that it?
Children, women, boys, girls. I mean, it's happening everywhere. It's happening with nuns. I mean, there's no actual type where, only this person is unsafe. You're unsafe. I mean, I'm unsafe. So when I have my children with me, I am completely aware that just because I'm an adult doesn't mean I'm safe or my children are safe with me. take away those rose-colored glasses. And I'm asking everybody who's listening to this, take away your rose-colored glasses. That's what this Mumbai Cares has done. They've actually taken off their rose-colored glasses, understood the gravity of the situation, have left the comfort of their homes and come out to do this march because we understand what is happening. And it's not just the women. And I don't want this to be just about the women. It's about every citizen of Mumbai. So this appeal is to a man, woman, child, schools, colleges. Shut down at 4 on the 23rd. Come out onto NCPA and walk with us because we need to show this solidarity. A change has to be made. And unfortunately, it's the duty of the citizens at this point to make that change.
Also, Prakriti, as we speak, you said that the church is going to join you, the Mahim Church.
Oh, no, not the Mahim Church. I just got this information and I'm very happy to announce it even to the people that we're working with on the committee. The Cathedral Church in Fort has agreed to march with us, and I'm very excited. Thank you to Reverend Avinash, who has allowed this to become part of his own agenda. And it was his birthday yesterday, so happy birthday as well.
Yeah, happy birthday there. Great. Okay, we're going to listen to some music and come back. This is G-Easy with Soba. Prakriti Poddar is in the house, 9:38 in the morning, and this will be a last leg of conversation, so you can quickly get all your messages or your questions in. Remember, we're streaming audio online all across the nation on www.onecast.in, numeral 1casc.in. If you're not driving, you don't have a radio set, you can watch the video, which is just going live on Twitter as well as Periscope at HRISHIKAY, and of course 94.3 on the FM band on your radio sets. Questions and comments welcome on social media as well as facebook.com/radio1.mum. You can drop it on the timeline inbox and one space your comment or one space your question and your name to 53650 on the SMS line. We're going to take Soba and back 9:39. I'm Hrishi K. Soba, G-E-Z and Charlie Pute. 9:42. Prakriti Poddar is here. She's talking to me about a peaceful, quiet march on the 23rd of April, and please assemble in great numbers outside NCPA at 5 p.m. and they're going to walk down the Queen's Necklace down Marine Drive to Chowpatty. You can bring placards with you, but no sloganeering, no shouting, absolutely peaceful. Going to take one of your questions, some of your comments.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
Radio 1.
So a Twitter handle that says Podanga. Please ask Prakriti on why the virtue signaling, why only stand with Asifa, why not say the 15 other minor girls raped in April alone, and does she know that 50% of rape cases reported are fake? So react to all of that.
All right, so this march is not for Asifa itself. Like I said right in the beginning, we have this happening in all our homes. I'm talking about our own cities, our own communities. This is not about her. This is propagated because it is very drastic, the things that are happening. The evil is seeping completely into society. So we're taking up this cause now. It's a wake-up signal for the elite in Mumbai. It's a wake-up signal for us to join hands with the commissions that are actually working on it. And talking about 50% of fake news, what are you talking about the other 50%? Why is that also there? There's no benefit of 50% being fake, because there is 50% that is real, and that's bad enough. I mean, just taking Delhi or the capital, for example, 88 reported cases have been reported last month. I mean, this is like 88 cases that are reported officially. So imagine the unofficial numbers. I don't think that comment really justifies the fact that, this has to be minimized. It has to be maximized. It has to be maximized, and that's why this is not the march is just a start. It is not an end, and it's not about Asifa. It's about the fact that Mumbai cares, the citizens care to make a change, and that is why our keynote, our hashtag is #Mumbai Cares, because we care about this. We care about justice. We care about the disharmony brought into our lives. We care about making India the civilization it is meant to be.
Sachin Shirke says, hi Hrishi K, proud, this is a huge effort, all the best to Prakriti. Momita Shriram, we have daughters, today's parents, big concern. Manoj Kumar, thank you for shouting out. Samir Attarwala, thank you very, very much for shouting out. And Samir says, great Radio 1 that you're taking this up. Okay, there's a very interesting quote that you want to read. Yeah, will you just read that out to us, please? Yeah.
Yes. It's a pledge to India, both young and old, that we will no longer sit on the sidelines, comfortable in our homes. We actively participate to ensure justice and peace because Mumbai cares, and not just for their social or Twitter feeds. Mumbai, thank you so much for the comments. I want you there at the march. I don't want your comments. I don't want you just to be visual over the internet. Be there offline too. Thank you.
Listen, another thing that is of interest to me is that you're director peace programs at the MIT World Peace University. And in these dire times when things like this are happening, I think the only way out is peace. How do you channelize that for the students, and what is your modus operandi as far as that is concerned?
So currently at that program which is being done in Pune, it's a 4-year compulsory program for children, for students of 17, 18, 19, 20. The idea is to talk about what communication is, but taking it from the account of peace. So how do you communicate in peace? How do you build human dynamics in peace? How do you take all our old texts, our ancient texts, which have so much knowledge? How do you take that and make it contemporary for everyday living? This is very crucial. Then we start talking about how do you build peace in your own practices, in your own homes, in your own communities, and then taking it out as how do you build it in your organizations. The other thing, of course, that we do is mobilizing entrepreneurship, where we ask these students to think about peaceful ways to run the companies that they are sort of involved in, even with their internships. The idea is that you cannot be embedded in peace unless you understand the values and the virtues and the humanism that needs to come out. And we have enough texts. India, in fact, Hrishi, surprisingly, India is the only country in the world that believes in the sheer potential of the inner divinity, and yet we are creating the most barbarians. I mean, this is a shameful area. This is a shameful subject. I'm ashamed to be sitting here having access to all of the world with social media, of course, and the fact that, I've been raised in different countries as well, that I am part of India. I have people questioning me about the situation and the state of India at the moment, and I don't have an answer. I only have a peaceful march, which we are all doing, and we expect everybody to come together to do so that we can actually start to create ripples to bring about change. 5
p.m. at outside the NCPA, quiet peaceful march on the 23rd. Try and leave office a little early, and if you're at home, then please come and join. There's a Facebook page. It says Mumbai Cares Asifa. So if you see a Mumbai Cares hashtag Asifa, it's there. And like she said, it's not only for this particular child, but for everything that children are going through.
For your children.
For your children too. Thanks for rolling by. And
thank you.
Best of luck on the march.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. 9:48. It's messages and back.
94.3 Radio 1.